Batman Arkham Asylum. I remember like it was last month when this game was announced and then officially came out. It was pretty groundbreaking at the time. You talk about a game that not only set the tone and really made the blueprint. It really became the blueprint of how to properly make a superhero game. And for me personally, I've been a Batman fan for a long time. For a long time. I mean, like I always will consider Tim Burton's Batman movies to be peak. I will always consider Michael Keaton to be the greatest Batman. And Batman the Animated Series was absolutely phenomenal. Used to watch it religiously when I was growing up. But to be honest with you, there hadn't been a really good Batman game since the days of retro systems, such as Nintendo, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo. There had been several games that just weren't all that great. And Batman Arkham Asylum changed everything. But before I go any further, I got to give a quick shout out to Batman Begins. And if you know, you know. Because Batman Begins, the movie tie-in, that game walked so Arkham Asylum could run.
Of course it is.
And again, if you know, you know. But it's one of those hidden gems that kind of flies under the radar because quite frankly, a lot of movie tie-in games are mediocre at best. They're not that good. And be that as it may, as I continue on, just a revolutionary game. You know, obviously set the tone for not only what was to come with Rocksteady's future titles, such as Arkham City, Arkham Knight, which is my personal favorite, and the very underrated Arkham Origins, which has turned out to be a sleeper. And the reason why the big reason why that game was slept on is because it wasn't made by Rocksteady. And I think that's a big reason. But if you played Arkham Origins, you would know that it plays almost completely identical to its predecessors of the Arkham games. If you haven't played that game for some reason, if you kind of overlooked it or wrote it off just because it wasn't Rocksteady, play that game. You'll thank me later. But Arkham Asylum, though, there's just you're not going to find that many people, even if you're not a fan of Batman, quite frankly. You're still going to find something to enjoy with this game. And this game is almost 20 years old, for it came out in 2008. And, or I do apologize, 2009. 2009. So it's going on just about 20 years old. And the thing about Arkham Asylum that's really phenomenal is the voice acting is incredible. The animations and the visuals to this day still look great. The game doesn't look dated at all. You can play it today and still get so much enjoyment out of it. I know I do. Like I said, I'm a longtime Batman fan, so I play through all the Arkham games on a yearly basis. Yeah, like that was one of my idols when I was a kid, as far as superhero that I looked up to. You know, but yeah, I mean, Batman and Joker. What can you say? I mean, there's a reason why they went back to that formula time and again. And one thing that I like about Arkham Asylum that really kind of stood out from the rest of the series, even though they're all great games, but one thing that was really cool was whenever you're solving the Riddler's riddles around Arkham Asylum itself, and the bios unlock, it had like a comic book feel to it, because again, I grew up on Batman, so like, and I had comic books. I watched the animated series, so that was kind of like a callback. And this was the only game in the series that they actually used those sorts of animations for the actual bios, where it was very comic book esque. And I'm sure I'm not the only person who dug that. I would imagine that there's other people who also like that style. And kind of reminds me of Ultimate Spider-Man, where the game never looks dated because they went with a comic book direction for that particular game. But that's another game for another time. So, but this game, this is one of those games that just doesn't get old, and it's relatively short. It's definitely the shortest game of the Arkham series, and can beat it like 5 hours or less. But this is just me, just really wanted to give.
You have one chance to surrender, Quinn.